Good morning, everyone. This is Robert from RJL 518, welcoming you to another exciting edition of Inside Pitch. This is the 1985 Pennant Race. Today's date is October 4th, 85. We have 3 days left in this regular season. 3 very important days, and we are doing double headers per day now. Okay, for the rest of the season, as there are still playoff berths left to be decided. We are at Shea Stadium. It's the Montreal Expos taking on the New York Mets. Here is the situation in the National League. The Montreal Expos have already clinched the National League East, and they are the number 2 seed, as the Dodgers have already won the number 1 seed throughout not just the National League, but the entire playoffs. The New York Mets are 87 and 72. You would think that with three days left, they should make the playoffs. Not true. Philadelphia Phillies are 2 games behind them, but the Phillies have 5 games remaining. They are at 85 and 72. And I made a mistake in the games, so I had to take a loss off from Philadelphia. So 85 and 72, and the Phillies have 2 doubleheaders, one today and one tomorrow against the Pirates. So they are playing the worst team in the league in the division. The Mets are playing the division champion at this moment. The Mets have got to win games in order to make the playoffs. Otherwise, Philadelphia might just steal it and wind up in the playoffs for 1985. Also in 10-minute ticker, the Houston Astros clinched a playoff spot yesterday. The Reds have a 2-game lead on the Padres. We'll see what 10-minute ticker does at the end of this game, as we are only doing National League 10-minute ticker. And of course, tonight we have the New York Yankees taking on the Toronto Blue Jays in the feature game. And that game is one of many probably for the American League East. But we will get to that tonight. It's the Expos and the Mets. A big game today for the Mets. Mets got to win these games. And let's see how they do in this matchup. Starting pitcher for the Mets in this game was Sid Fernandez. 9 wins, 9 losses, 2.80 ERA. He gets the call today for the Mets. Huge game at Shea Stadium. Fans on their feet. They know this game is big. A win here can really put the pressure on the Phillies to win their games against Pittsburgh. Let's get right to it. Top of the first inning. Leading off for the Expos will be left fielder Tim Raines. Raines, of course, is in the Hall of Fame. Let's play some baseball. Big game today. Let's go. Fernandez with the first pitch, 1-6, wild pitch, ball 1. Do it again. Fernandez, a 5-3. That's a strikeout plus. That 11 will be good, and he will get Raines on a K. First strikeout for Fernandez. He does have the special K ratings. Next batter, second baseman Vance Law. Remember, the Expos are already in the playoffs. They are the division champions. They will not be playing in the playoffs until the division series. Fernandez, 1-5. That against their righty is a blank. Law gets the swing, 5-1. Base hit to left. A single for Law. And he will head to first base. Next up is right fielder Andre Dawson, the Hawk. Had 23 homers for the Expos that year. Infield goes to halfway. Checking strat, nothing happening. Fernandez will pitch. That's a 1-1 against a righty. That's an automatic out. It's a star 3. It's a fly out to center. Fernandez was a fly ball pitcher. As you can tell, all of his stars are flyouts. Here's the shortstop, Hubie Brooks. Brooks batted .269 that year. He gets the call. Law still on at first. Infield back to normal. Nothing. That is a 2. I don't really see Law trying to steal with 2 outs. I'm going to let him stay there. Fernandez will pitch. And that is a 5-1. That's a double question mark. Brooks is a righty. A 1-5 is an automatic out. The 14 is high. Brooks will swing. And that's a 2-1, and he grounds it to third, and the inning ends there. No runs and a hit for the Expos. We go to the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher for the Expos in this game was Bill Guillickson, 14 wins, 12 losses, 3.52 ERA. The Mets historically won this game 9-4. There were 18 hits and 3 errors in it. And as a Mets fan, I'm hoping the dice go my way because the last time I played the Mets, it was a frustrating game for that one. But I am playing both teams unbiased. D. Smith joins us here at Shea Stadium. It has been a while since I've seen you there. Welcome, my good friend. It's been a long time. Good to see you. Mookie Wilson leads off for the Mets. He's in center field. Batted .276 to start for 985. That's a 4-5. That's a blank. Wilson will get to swing 3-6. It's a base hit to right field. Wilson gets off on a good start with a single. Next batter is a second baseman, Wally Backman. Backman batted .273, infield halfway. Check to see if Wilson's got a jump, a 7, and yes, he does. Wilson's going to try to steal second, has a stolen base rating of 15, plus 2 is 17. Sal Butera is the catcher for the Expos, and he adds to a 1-19. The only way Wilson is out is on a 20. And it's 9. This time he will steal second base, and he will get to second on a steal. That puts him on at second. Now let's see what the next roll is. And this time it's a 4, and he does get the chance to steal third, but he will let Backman swing. Actually, it would also be a 1-19 to steal third base. You know what? Wilson's, I'll double check it though, was a 4. 8 plus 1 is a 9. Yeah, that is a steal. Wilson's going to try to steal third. And he makes it on a 7. Wilson will steal third base. So he steals 2 bases there and is on third. The Mets got to be a little aggressive. They've got to win these games. Now the Expos will play the infield back. And now we'll see if anything else comes up on the strat. This time, nothing. Guillickson will pitch to Backman. That's a 6-3. That's a blank. Backman gets to swing. 5-2. Base hit. Pass short. That will be a single for Backman, and Wilson will trot on home. The stolen bases work well to perfection as Backman gets a single and puts the Mets ahead 1-0 on the base hit. Here's the first baseman, Keith Fernandez, batted .309 in 85, infield halfway. The Expos have nothing to lose here. It's a meaningless game for them, but this game means a lot for the Mets. The Expos are the number 2 seed in the National League playoffs. That will not change as the Dodgers clinch the number 1 seed. Pitch from, actually I should roll the strat first. Strat says a 12, nothing happening. Guillickson will pitch 6-6. That's a blank. Hernandez gets to swing 6-1. Double the center field for Hernandez. Backman's base running rating is a 4. Double the center, add 1 is a 5. Webster -1 is a 4. So a 1-4. Backman will score. 5 he holds. 6. Someone's out. And that is a 4. Backman will score from second. And the Mets are getting on a good jump early on the Expos. RBI double by Hernandez. And the Mets now lead it 2-0 here in the bottom of the first. That will bring up the catcher, Gary Carter. Carter had 32 dingers in 85. Infield is now back. Guillickson off to a rough start from Montreal. Guillickson will check to see if a strat roll. That is an 11, nothing. Guillickson will pitch. 4-1, error on a throw. Carter will swing. 5-6, and that's a line drive to third base. And the ball is hit to Wallach. His error rating is a 7. That's a 17. There is no error on the throw. There is no error on a throw, and on that play, though, on a line drive, it's a line drive to third, and because there's no error on a throw, on that play, it's a line drive to third, it's an automatic double play at second. Fernandez is out. That is an L5, that's an L5-4 double play. That is an automatic out on the double on a line on a no error on a line out. And that is 2 outs. And that's exactly what it says, because it says here on an error on a throw, ball caught, error only if runners are on and less than 2 outs. It is a throwing error trying to double off runner, otherwise just line out. If no error, then double up closest base runner to position hit 2. So that is the rule there on the chart. I will follow it explicitly. There are 2 outs. And that's a big double play. So here's Darryl Strawberry with 2 outs now. Strawberry in right field. Guillickson 1-6 against the lefty. It's a blank. Strawberry gets to swing 3-5, and he flies out the left. Mets are off to a good start. 2 runs on 3 hits. After 1, 2-0 New York. In a game, really, the Mets need to win to stay ahead of the Phillies. They do lead the Phillies by 2 games, but the Phillies have 2 doubleheaders and 1 final game against the Pirates. Mets really got to win this game, really got to win in order to still make the playoffs. Top of the second, here's third baseman Tim Wallach. Wallach had 22 homers in 85. Fernandez with the pitch, 5-1, double question mark. Wallach is a righty, 1-5 automatic out. That's an 11, it's too high. Wallach will swing 4-6, base hit, pass short. Wallach gets a leadoff hit. He will head to first. And that brings up a very young big cat, first baseman Andres Galarraga. He only batted 187 that year, but he is in the lineup for the Expos. Infield goes halfway. And that is a 1. I don't think Wallach will go. 10 plus 1 is 11. Carter, a 1-11 for Wallach to steal. You're down. I don't think the Expos would do it that way right now. I'm going to hold Wallach and let Galarraga hit. Fernandez will pitch. That's a 1-2. Hit by pitch. The 11 is high. Galarraga will swing. 1-4. That's a star 1. That's a fly. It's a fly out to left. Out number 1. Next up for the Expos, center fielder Mitch Webster. Infield staying halfway. And that is a 15, nothing happening there. Fernandez will pitch to Webster. And that's a 5-4. That's a strikeout plus. Got him. Struck him out. Strikeout number 2 for Fernandez. He had 180 of them in 85. And now the catcher, Sal Butera. He only had 120 at-bats in 85, but he is the catcher for the Expos in this game with 2 outs. Checking the strat, nothing happening. Fernandez will pitch. That's a 4-1 against a righty. That's an automatic out. It's a star 5 and a fly out to center. So the leadoff base hit does not do anything. When we go to the bottom of the second. As it is good to see D. Smith. He hasn't been in my chat for a while. It's very good to see him. He was one of the first people to tell me I was on the big screen. And I said, I know I made it to the big time when I'm on the big screen. Leading off for the Mets, left fielder George Foster. As Tony at CP Cards and Dice calls him the $10 million bum. Guillickson will pitch. That's a 6-4 against a righty. That is a strikeout chance, and he got him. Shea Stadium adds 2 to strikeouts and subtracts 1 to walks. He does strike out Foster. Strikeout number 1 for Guillickson. He had 68 of them in 85. Here's Howard Johnson. He's at third base. Guillickson with the pitch, 3-2, blank. Johnson gets the swing, 5-2. That's a ball hit to right field. That is a 17 against a righty. That's going to be a triple for Howard Johnson. He gets that into the corner in Shea Stadium, and Johnson will go to third. Big time triple for Johnson. He gets to third base. And now the shortstop, Rafael Santana. Expos are going to call the infield in. They're still going to play for the out. Santana will bat against Guillickson. Let's check to see if there's a strat. An 18, nothing, no play. Guillickson will pitch to Santana. That's a 3-2. That's a blank. Santana gets the swing, 5-3, and he flies out to center. Now that's out number 2. Santana, automatic sacrifice fly rating of 1. He will not bring in Johnson on his own. Now Johnson will try to score. Base running rating is a 3. Center fielder from Montreal is Webster. He has a -1. It's a 2. With Fernandez coming up to bat, Johnson's going to try it. 1-2, he will score. 3-5, he holds. 2-5, he's out. It is a 5, he holds. Johnson cannot get in there at all. He will hold there as the throw comes in. With 2 outs now, the batter is the pitcher, Sid Fernandez. He did bat .212 as a hitter. Checking on Strat. That's a 7, no play. Guillickson will pitch. That's a 4-1, error on a throw. Fernandez will swing. That's a 1-5, and it's a pop out to the shortstop. And there, of course, there is no error there, and the inning ends. A triple is gone by the boards. At the end of 2, still 2-0 Mets. Top of the third coming up. Leading off of the Expos is their pitcher, Bill Guillickson, batted .188 as a hitter. Fernandez will pitch, 6-1. Walk chance, 19 is way out of there. Guillickson will get to swing. That's a 1-1. It's a ground ball to third, and that's exactly what it will be. And that is out number 1. The 18 is too high on the special Ks. So a ground ball to third, 1 out. Here's the Rock, Tim Raines. Raines is 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. Fernandez, 2-6. Walk plus, that will walk Raines. Raines will trot down to first on a walk, and that is the first walk issued by Fernandez. He had 77 of them in 85. Infield will now move halfway. And here's Vance Law. Law is 1 for 1, singled his last time up. Strat says a 15, nothing happening. Fernandez will pitch to Law. Forever Remain 90 joins us here at Shea Stadium for a very important game for the Mets. Fernandez will pitch, 4-6, error on a throw. Vance Law swings, 3-3. That's going to be a fly out to center, and there will not be an error there. And that is out number 2. And here is right fielder Andre Dawson. Dawson is 0 for 1. Infield now back to normal. Checking the strat. That's a 6. Raines is going to try to steal. He's got an 18. Plus 1 is a 19. Carter's a 0. The only way Raines is out is on a 20. He's safe by a... And that is a 1. That's actually a possible error. Carter's error rating is a 5. Carter's error rating is a 6. And that is an error on Carter. That is an error. Raines will wind up on third. Oh, boy. So Raines goes to third. It is a stolen base and an E2 on Carter. First error on the Mets. Raines will wind up on third on a throwing error. And Dawson slip bat. Big error by Carter. 2 outs. We'll re-roll the strat. That's a 12, nothing happening here. Fernandez will pitch. That's a 5-4 strikeout plus, and he got him. He got him. Dawson against the lefty is an 11. That makes that a 21. He is out of there, even with the +2 from Shea Stadium. Fernandez gets a big K, strikeout number 3 for him, and that ends the inning. So no runs, no hits, a walk and an error, and a stolen base. Bottom of the third coming up. Top of the batting order for the Mets, there's Mookie. Mookie is singled. He's 1 for 1, got a stolen base. Guillickson with the pitch, 2-4. That's a blank. Guillickson will swing 1-6, and he lines out to third for the first out. Next batter is Wally Backman. Backman kills right-handed pitching, but he is garbage against lefties. Guillickson will pitch 2-6. Home run question mark. That is a 2 against a lefty, a 1-8. That clears. Against a righty, Backman as a 1. The only way Backman hits this out is on a 1. Nope, way too high. Backman only had 1 home run in 85, though. But he did have a chance there. He does get the swing. It's a 1-6, and he'll have to settle for a base hit past short. That is a single for Backman. So he doesn't get the homer, but he does get on base. He's now 2 for 2. Here's Keith Hernandez. Hernandez doubled his last time up. He is also 1 for 1. Infield halfway. See what the strat roll says. That's a 19. Nothing happening. Guillickson will pitch. That's a 5-2. That's a blank. Hernandez gets to swing 2-4, base hit right past second base. That is a single. Backman's base running rating is a 4. He will make third on the hit. And the Mets are in business with runners at the corners and 1 out. Next batter is Gary Carter. Carter lined out into a double play. Infield still halfway. Let's see if there's a strat. And that is an 11, nothing doing. Guillickson will pitch to Carter. Guillickson, 1-6 against a righty. Strikeout chance. 14 is high. Garbage call. 14 is high. Carter gets the swing. 5-3. Ground ball to short. Backman's going to try to score. Meanwhile, they're going to try to turn 2. 3-0. Halfway is 4. Short, grounded to short. Second base is Law. He adds 1. The only on a 1-5, the Expos get out of the inning. It is a 1, and they do. Shortstop to second to first. Double play, inning over. Second double play Carter is hit into. The first one was a line out, and the second one now is a ground out. Another chance for the Mets goes by the board. They do lead, though, after 3, 2-0. Top of the fourth coming up. Here's Hubie Brooks leading off for the Expos. Brooks is 0 for 1. Fernandez with the pitch, 5-2. Strikeout. Chance 11 is high. Just barely misses it, though. Brooks does get the swing. 4-2. That's going to be a base hit for Brooks. He gets a single past short. Expos get the leadoff runner on. And here's Tim Wallach. Wallach singled his last time up. He's 1 for 1, infield halfway. Checking a strat. That's a 4. Possible hit and run. I think we'll do it. Wallach will do a hit and run on Fernandez. Brooks doesn't have a very good steal rating, though, but they're going to try a hit and run. Fernandez will pitch 4-1. That against the righty. That's an automatic out. It's going to be a fly out because it's a star 5, a fly out to center. Because all he has is fly outs on on his star line, and that's going to be the first out. Brooks will get back. Here's Andres Galarraga. Galarraga 0 for 1. Checking on the strat. That is a 20. Fernandez throws to first. And he got him. Picked him off on a 6. He gets him. Fernandez, a pickoff rating 4-8, and he nails Brooks at first. Big pickoff by Fernandez. And that will be 2 outs. Good play by Fernandez. Now he'll pitch to Galarraga with the bases empty. Fernandez, 3-6 against a righty. It's a blank. Galarraga swings 1-3. That's supposed to be a ground ball to short, but Fernandez has a special K rating against a righty. A 1-5. That's a 4. It's going to be a strikeout. That struck him out. So that's strikeout number 4 for Fernandez, and he does the job in this inning. Bottom of the 4th coming up. No runs and a hit for the Expos. Leading off for the Mets will be the Straw. Guillickson will pitch to Strawberry. Pitch coming, 6-2. That's a blank. Strawberry gets the swing, 1-5, and he grounds it to short. And that is the first out. Here's George Foster. Foster's 0 for 1. That's a 1-3 against a righty. A strikeout chance. 9 got him. He struck him out. Strikes out Foster. That is strikeout number 2 for Guillickson. And Foster has struck out both times today. 2 outs. And now Howard Johnson. Johnson, 1 for 1. He had a triple in his last time up, but they couldn't bring him in. Guillickson will pitch. That's a 4-2. It's a blank. He's not tired. Johnson will swing 1-5, and this time he pops out to short. And a 1-2-3 inning for Guillickson. After 4, still 2-0 Metropolitans. Mitch Webster leads off for the Expos here, top of inning 5. Webster is 0 for 1, struck out his last time up. Fernandez will pitch. That's a 2-3, and against the switch hitter right, against the right switch hitter, that's a walk plus. That 11 is going to be good. He walks Webster. So again, the Expos get the leadoff runner on base. As Fernandez making it difficult for himself, here's Sal Butera. He'll bat next. Infield halfway. Check the strat. That is a 20. Fernandez has a chance to pick him off. Throws to first. No, Webster gets back. Fernandez now will pitch to Butera. 6-3, and against a righty, that's an automatic out. It's a star 6 and a fly out to right. Out number 1. Here's the pitcher for the Expos, Bill Guillickson. They will let him swing. And that is an 11. Nothing happening for Webster. Actually, a possible hit and run, but you're not going to hit and run with a pitcher at bat. So that's not going to happen. Fernandez will pitch. 5-2. Strikeout chance. Got him with a 1 easily on Guillickson. And that's going to be strikeout number 5 for Fernandez. Out number 2. And that will bring up the Rock. The Rock is 0 for 1, struck out, walked, and stole a base and moved over to third on an error by Carter. 2 outs, checking on the strat, and that is an 18, nothing happening. Hockey Unreal joins us here at Shea Stadium. Fernandez will pitch. 1-4. Strikeout chance. 10. Too high. Rains against the lefties a 6. +2 is an 8. He does not strike out there. At least not on that card. That's a 4-4, and that's possible. That is a fly ball to left, but that is a 4. And against a switch hitter right, that's going to be a strikeout. He gets him on a K anyway. Struck him out. Strikeout number 6 for Fernandez, and that ends the inning. Halfway through this important game for the Mets, they lead 2-0 on the Expos. The Montreal Expos have already clinched the National League East. They are the number 2 seed. They will play in the division series against the number 3 seed of the division series, no matter who it may be yet. We don't know yet the seedings yet. The Mets are 2 games ahead of the Phillies for the final playoff spot. The Cardinals have already clinched second place in the National League East. The Phillies, though, have 5 games left to play, 2 doubleheaders. Mets know they got to win games. Here's Rafael Santana, and hoping maybe the Phillies have problems with the Pirates, which is probably not likely because the Pirates in 1985 were awful. Here's Santana leading off against Guillickson, bottom of the 5th. Guillickson 1-2, that's a blank. Santana gets the swing 6-4, and he grounds it right back to him. And that's out number 1. Sid Fernandez will pitch, or will hit, I should say. Fernandez popped out his last time up. Guillickson 5-3, a possible error on a grounder. Fernandez will swing 5-5, and that's going to be a base hit right up the middle. That's a single. It is an S1, so there's no error on a grounder on that play as it goes right through the box, and Fernandez helps his own cause. With a base hit, he will go to first. Nice hit by El Cid. And that will bring up Mookie Wilson. Wilson is 1 for 2. Infield halfway. Strat roll says a 6. Nothing happening. Fernandez, of course, not going anywhere. Guillickson will pitch to Wilson. That's a 2-3. And against the lefty switch, that's a walk plus. The 20 is too high. Wilson against the righty becomes a 16. -1 is a 15. That's a 20. Wilson does not walk. He does get to swing. And that is a 6-2. And that's going to be a ground out to second. Double play rating 3-0-4. Shortstop -1 is a 3. A 1-3, the Expos turn it. And they do. Second base to shortstop. Second base to shortstop. Back to first. Double play. Inning over. And that is the third double play the Mets have hit into. At the end, but it was still no runs on a hit. And the Mets still lead 2-0. Cody Travis joins us here at Shea Stadium. Top of the 6th coming up. Here's Vance Law leading off for the Expos. Law is 1 for 2. Fernandez will pitch. That's a 5-2. Strikeout chance. Got him. Struck him out. He strikes out Law. That is strikeout number 7 for Fernandez. And now Andre Dawson. Thank you very much there, Mr. Cody. Dawson is 0 for 2. Fernandez will pitch to Dawson. Infield, of course, is back. Nobody on base. 6-4. That's a strikeout plus, and he gets Dawson. Strikeout number 8 for Fernandez. 2 outs. Fernandez is dealing. And now Hubie Brooks, the batter. Brooks is 1 for 2. Fernandez will pitch. That's a 2-5. That's at the park. First time I think we visited Shea Stadium. Shea Stadium says 4-6. That's a ground ball to short, and that's exactly what it's going to be, and the inning will end there. A 1-2-3 inning for El Cid. Still 2-0. Bottom of the 6th coming up. D. Shrek joins us here at Shea Stadium. Well, it's nice you guys think I'm the best. Remember, guys, I don't think I'm the best. You want the best, go see Al Red Sox fan. Go see Al Red Sox fan, Anthony at Bleacher Bums Gaming. Those guys are the best. I can try to be as good as those guys are. Al Red Sox fan had a heck of a game last night with the Dodgers and the Phillies with Koufax and Carlton. Please check that out. That game was amazing. Let's see what we got here. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Wally Backman will lead off for the Mets. Guillickson has still got a few batters left in him. They're going to stick with him. 2-0. Guillickson will pitch to Backman. And that's a 2-1. That's at the park. Shea Stadium says 1-5. That's a star 2. It'll be a fly out to center. Backman was 2 for 2 before that occurred. He's now 2 for 3. Here's Keith Hernandez. Hernandez is 2 for 2, a single and a double. Guillickson with the pitch. 6-5. Walk chance. 9 is good. He will walk Hernandez. Hernandez finds himself on base for the 3rd time today. And now Gary Carter. Carter's had a rough day so far. He's 0 for 2, but he's hitting the 2 double plays. 1 line out double play and 1 ground out double play. Infield halfway. Checking the strat, a 12. No play there, but they're going to go on a hit and run. Carter's going to hit and run this one. There is a hit and run possibility, and they will do it. Guillickson will pitch. That's going to be a 4-6 strikeout chance. 7. Yep, Gary Carter struck out. So that is going to be a strikeout. 6 plus 2 is 8 against a righty. That's a 7. And Hernandez has now got a steal. 10 plus 2 is 12. Butera plus 2 is 14. A 1-14, Hernandez makes it to second base. And he barely does on a 13. He's got it. Hernandez steals second. He did have 3 stolen bases that year, but the hit and run does not work as Carter strikes out. But it does allow Hernandez to go to second on anyway, 2 outs. Not a good game for Carter. But now the Mets will be counting on Darryl Strawberry to try to see if he can get Hernandez in. Strawberry 0 for 2. 2 outs now, infield normal, checking strat. That's a 7, nothing happening. Guillickson will pitch. That's a 3-5, it's a blank. Strawberry gets to swing. 2-6, it's a ball hit to center field. That is a 9, and against a righty, that's going to be a triple for Darryl Strawberry. He comes through with a big clutch hit. Strawberry nails a triple. He will go to third. Hernandez comes in to score. Mets get a big run. Now lead 3-0 on the Expos. Strawberry with a big hit. And the batter now is George Foster. 3-0 Mets. Strawberry on at third. Foster struck out twice. He's 0 for 2. Expos are playing the infield normal. Checking on a strat. That is a 12. Nothing happening. Gillickson will pitch to Foster. And that's a 3-3. Wild pitch. Too high. 12 is ball 1. Oh, Gillickson almost threw it away. Gillickson will pitch again. And that's a 1-2. That's a blank. Foster gets the swing, 6-6, and he flies out to center field, and the inning ends there. 1 run for the Mets on 1 hit and a walk. After 6, 3-0 Mets. We go to the top of the 7th. Fernandez still has some left in the tank. Met bullpen is getting ready just in case. Here's Tim Wallach leading off for the Expos. Now a 3-0 lead for the Mets. Remember, 10-minute ticker after the game. And tonight's feature game, the New York Yankees take on the Toronto Blue Jays. The start of a huge 3-game series at Exhibition Stadium with the American League East Division on the line. Fernandez will pitch to Wallach. That's a 4-6, error on a throw. Wallach will swing, 6-1. Line out to first base, out number 1. Wallach hits it right to Hernandez. There's no error, and that's the first out. Here's Andres Galarraga. Fernandez will pitch. That's a 4-3 against a righty. It's a blank. Galarraga will swing, 1-4. Star 1, that's a fly out to left field. That's out number 2. Two outs, and now here's Mitch Webster. Webster is 0 for 1, walked his last time up. Fernandez with the pitch, 3-6 against a righty switch. That's a blank. Webster gets the swing, 6-5. It's a fly ball to right field, and that will be a fly out to right. The 6 is higher than the 5, so it's a fly out to right, and the inning is over. 1-2-3 inning by El Cid, pitching a gem today. 7th inning stretch, 3-0 Mets. Remember, tonight we have the Yankees at the Blue Jays in a huge game at Exhibition Stadium. It will be Ed Whitson taking on Jimmy Key in that matchup. And we have 10-minute ticker coming up after this game. So don't go away as we're coming to the end of this 1985 replay. Playoffs will begin Monday unless I need an extra day for a tiebreaker playoff game. And the only tiebreaker that will be is if the records match. Seeding is done by games on the board. That makes these games very important still. Bottom of the 7th, Howard Johnson leads off. Guillickson is going to come out of the game. The Expos are done with Guillickson, although he is due to bat. He is due to bat second, but the Expos will take him out. And you got switch right, left coming up. Let's see who the Expos want to bring out to pitch. Probably bring out a right-hander in this case. Let's see who they want. They will go with Bert Roberge. 3 wins, 3 losses, 2 saves, a 3.44 ERA. Bert Roberge will pitch to Howard Johnson here, bottom of the 7th. Roberge with the pitch, and that's a 1-4. That's a range play. Johnson gets to swing. 1-3. That's a ball hit to right field. It will be a single, but Dawson has a range on it. He has a range of 2. Nope, it's going to be a single for Johnson. He gets the base hit. Johnson gets his second hit of the game. He's now 2 for 3. The batter now is Rafael Santana, infield halfway. Johnson on it first. I am still checking Strat. That is a 14-0 happening. Roberge will pitch to Santana. That's a 4-3. That's a possible error. Santana will swing. That's a 2-1, and that is a single to second base. That's going to be a base hit, and the ball is hit to Law. His error rating is a 5. That's a 6. It will not be an error. It will not be an error, but it is a base hit. Howard Johnson's base running rating is a 3, and he will make third base on a single pass second. That is a base hit. Santana gets a big hit. Runners at first and third. The batter now is the pitcher, Sid Fernandez, and he is due to be tired in the next inning. And Fernandez, they're going to go to the bullpen. They are going to take Fernandez out. The Mets want the runs. Even though Fernandez has been gorgeous today, but the Mets got to play. Look at the big picture. They will go to the bench, and it will be Danny Heap coming on to pinch hit. He has the most at-bats on the bench at 271. Runners at the corners, nobody out here. Bottom of seventh. Mets have a good chance. Heap is now the batter. Roberts will pitch. We'll first see a strat. That is a 3. Nothing happening. Roberts will pitch. That's a 2-6. It's a blank. He's not tired. He gets the swing, 4-1, and that is a star 2 and a ground ball to third. Ground ball to first. Johnson is going to try to score. Johnson is going to try to score. Do you turn the double play? I think you try to turn 2 here. Although Johnson trying to score with the infield halfway, his base running rating is a 2. Oh, do they try to turn 2 or do they try to get the out at home? I think they have a good chance to get the out at home. Danny Heap, ground ball double play is a 5, -1 is a 4. Halfway, the ball was hit to first base, so the shortstop is the pivot man. Brooks, a -1 is a 4. They may turn the double play, but the run will score either way. They're going to throw home and try to get Johnson. Johnson's base running rating is a 2. On a 1-2, he's safe. He's out. They get Johnson out at the plate, and they allow the runs to move up. Runners at first and second, 1 out. It is a fielder's choice. As Johnson tried to score, the throw goes home and they nail him. Sean 11, 1113 join us in here at Shea Stadium. Runners at first and second, now 1 out as the Expos decided to take the out at the plate. And now the batter is Mookie Wilson. Runners at first and second still. Wilson is 1 for 3. As the Expos decide to get the out. Infield still halfway, checking a strat. That's an 11, nothing happening. Roberts will pitch to Wilson. That's a 2-4. Home run, question mark. Wilson is hitting from the left side. A 1-8, it passes. The 20 is high. Wilson will swing. And that's a 1-2. It's a star 1 and a fly out to center. That's out number 2. The batter now is Wally Backman. Roberts will pitch to Backman. 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Checking on it. I'm still rolling the strat. That's a 19, nothing happening. Roberts will pitch. That's a 3-1 against the lefty switch. It's a blank. Backman gets to swing. 5-5, star 4. He grounds it to short, and the inning ends there. No runs, 2 hits, and a big play at the plate to nail Howard Johnson after 7, 3-0 Mets. Runners at first and third, and the Mets can't get anything out of it. Top of the 8th coming up in a moment. Timeout. Top of the 8th inning. Sal Butera leading off for the Expos. They're going to go to the bench automatically with him. It is the 8th inning, so now I can do some pinch hitter replacements. Butera is the catcher. Let's see who the Expos are going to bring on to bat. They have to go with the most at bat still, and it's going to be Herm Winningham. Herm Winningham will pinch hit for Butera. That means the Expos need a catcher. And probably Mike O'Berry is going to take over at catcher starting the next inning. I'll put him to the side, get him ready. Herm Winningham will pinch hit. The Mets will come on and bring on a new pitcher. This is the 8th inning. And they're going to go with, got left switch right coming up. They're going to go with a right-hander, and they will go with McDowell. Roger McDowell will come out to pitch. 6-5, 17 saves, 2.83 ERA. Roger McDowell will go up against Herm Winningham to start the top of the 8th inning. Mets need to win. There are 2 games ahead of the Phillies for the third spot for third place, and that gets you in the playoffs. McDowell will pitch. 6-3, range play. Winningham will swing. 2-6, fly ball to left. The ball is hit to Foster. His range is a 2. Yes, he'll make the catch. Out number 1. Nice play by Foster. Oh, Mets fans held their breath a little bit on that one. Now we'll see a pinch hitter for Roberge as he comes out. And now here's Terry Francona. He will pinch hit. Francona batted .267. He has 281 at-bats. Francona will pinch hit against McDowell here with 1 out. McDowell's pitch, 5-5. Double question mark against the lefty. 1-20 is an automatic out. And that's going to be a star 5 and a ground ball to third. 2 down. Next up for the Expos is Tim Raines. McDowell will pitch to Raines. And that's a 2-2. Walk chance, 12. That is good. He will walk Raines. Raines is a 14. -1 is a 13. He does walk the rock. That's the second time Raines has walked. And now the batter is Vance Law. Law is 1 for 3. A single. He has a single in the game. There is no strat roll. McDowell will pitch. 4-6. And also the Expos are in runner safe mode on balls hit to the outfield. 4-6. And that's going to be an automatic out by McDowell. That's a star 5 and a ground ball to third. He does the job, and the inning is over. A walk is all the Expos get, but McDowell shuts him down. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 3-0 Mets. Keith Hernandez leads off for the Mets. Michael Berry coming in for catcher for the Expos. Not as good a catcher as Butera is. Few changes, but he will take over at catcher now. As Expos need a pitcher, down 3-0. Let's see who they want to bring in. You got left, right, left. Let's see who they want to go. We're probably bringing a lefty. They're going to go with Gary Lucas. 6 wins, 2 losses, a save, a 3.19 ERA. Gary Lucas will pitch to Keith Hernandez here. Bottom of the 8th inning. Mets looking for insurance. Absolutely need to win. Lucas will pitch. That's a 1-1, double question mark against the lefty. A 1-14 is a single. It is a 2. It's a base hit. Fernandez slaps one right past Lucas on a single. Back to the box. Fernandez having a good game. He's 3 for 3. And now here's Gary Carter. Carter's had a rough game. Grounded, lined out into a double play, grounded into a double play, struck out on a hit and run, although Fernandez did make it to second on the steal. Infield halfway by the Expos. There is no strat. Lucas will pitch. That's a 1-5. Home run question mark. Carter's a righty. A 1-5. The 11 is too high. Carter does get the swing. And that is a 6-4, and that's going to be a fly out to left. So Carter hits a deep fly ball to left field, but Raines has got plenty of room, out number 1. Here's the straw. Strawberry hit a big RBI triple last time up. He's 1 for 3. Infield is still halfway. There is no strat. Lucas will pitch. 2-1. Range play at the park. Shea Stadium says 1-1. That's a ground ball to first. The ball is hit to Galarraga. His range is a 5, but with the infield halfway, it's a 4. And he will make it. Now do they turn the double play? 2-0-3. Shortstop is Brooks -1. A 1-2. The Expos turn it. They do not. Fernandez will be thrown out at second, and Strawberry safe at first on the fielder's choice. 2 outs. With 2 outs now, here's George Foster. Foster is 0 for 3, struck out twice. Strawberry on at first. There is no strat. 3-0. Lucas with the pitch. That's a 2-5. That's a blank. Foster gets the swing. 6-2. Base hit to left field. That is a single. Strawberry's base run rating is a 4. With 2 outs, it's a 5. Left fielder, a single to left, -2 is a 3. Raines is no arm. A 1-3. Strawberry gets the third. 4-5. He holds it second. A 6. Someone's out. And that is a 6, and the guy that's out is Strawberry. Raines throws the third and gets Strawberry, trying to get to third base. Inning over. Foster gets the base hit, but Strawberry is out, and the inning is over as Raines throws him out at third, side retired. 8 in the books. 3-0 Mets. Will we see some 9th inning magic? As a Mets fan, I'm hoping not. But leading off for the Expos will be Andre Dawson here in the top of the 9th. There were no runs and 2 hits for the Mets in the 8th. McDowell is going to stay out there. They'll have the righty on the righties. Orozco is ready if needed. Pretty much McDowell and Orozco shared save responsibilities for the Mets in the mid-80s. Dawson is 0 for 3. Mets lead 3-0. McDowell will pitch. That's a 4-5. Wild pitch, ball 1. Do it again. McDowell, 6-5 against a righty. That's a home run check. Dawson against a righty, a 1-15. That's a 6. It's gone. Andre Dawson launches a home run out of here. It's a home run for Dawson, and the Expos are now within 2. It's 3-1. Andre Dawson leadoff home run to start the top of the 9th. What? Did you expect a 1-2-3 9th inning at RGL 518? I think not. We have 9th inning magic, now 3-1. Here's Hubie Brooks. They'll go talk to McDowell for a moment, try to see if he can still be in there. They're going to let McDowell pitch. It's 3-1 now. Brooks is 1 for 3. McDowell will pitch. That's a 3-5, and that's an error on a throw. Brooks will swing. 6-6. It's a ground ball back to McDowell. It's a ground ball back to McDowell, and McDowell's error rating is a 6. That's a 2. McDowell commits an error. It's a throwing error. It is an error on a throw. Brooks does automatically get to first. The throw is thrown to Hernandez. Hernandez's range is a 5. A 1 to 5. He prevents the throw from going past him. He does. But Brooks is safe on an error. Oh boy, an E1. Second error on the Mets. Roger McDowell commits a throwing error and allows Brooks to make it to first base. And the tying run is at the plate. And it is Tim Wallach. Wallach is 1 for 3. Still nobody out here in the top of the 9th. I am rolling Strat. I am rolling. Am I rolling Strat? No, I'm not rolling Strat. There is no Strat roll yet. Expos still running safe, though, because they're down by 2 runs in the 9th. McDowell will pitch. And that's a 6-1. It's a blank. Wallach gets the swing. 1-3. Star 6. It's a ground ball to short. Do they turn it? Wallach double play rating 4. -1 for McDowell's a 3. Infield halfway is a 4. It's hit to the shortstop. Backman has no adjustment. A 1 to 4. The Mets turn it. Yes, they do. Shortstop to second to first. Double play. 2 outs. Oh boy, did McDowell need that. 2 outs. He gets out of it there. The game is not over yet, though. The batter is Andres Galarraga. 6-4-3 double play. Galarraga 0 for 3. The Expos will go to the bench. They will not have Galarraga back. They will bring up a new batter. And they're going to go with UL Washington. Galarraga was at first base. And the Expos are going to have Ray Shines to come into first if necessary. UL Washington will bat against Roger McDowell. Now 2 outs. McDowell gets his twin killing. Mets need to win. We'll see what the Phillies do in their games against the Pirates in 10-minute ticker. McDowell will pitch to Washington. And they're going to go ahead and bring a new pitcher. McDowell will come out. Mets aren't going to be nutty. They're going to bring in Jesse Orozco. Orozco will try to get a 1-out save. Washington does not hit lefties well at all. Jesse Orozco will now try to clear it up. UL Washington will now bat from the right side. Do I want to burn a hitter for the Expos? The answer really is no. I don't think so in this case. There really is nobody better, and I don't like using the fringe players unless all of the main players are used up, even though the fringe players are available. Orozco will pitch to Washington. 2 outs, top of the 9th. Pitch from Orozco. 3-6. Home run question mark. Washington is hitting from the right side. A 1 to 8. It passes. The 10 is too high. But Washington does get the swing. That's a 6-6. Star 5. It's a fly ball to left field. Getting under it is Foster. Puts out his glove. Blop. And the ball falls into it. That's your game. Mets get the win over the Expos 3-1. As we have a happy recap. 1 run on 1 hit and 1 error. But the Mets will get this win 3-1 over the Expos, which they absolutely needed. Final line score coming up, and then 10-minute ticker. For the Mets, 3 runs on 12 hits and 2 errors. For the Expos, 1 run, 4 hits on no errors. Sid Fernandez does get the win. Bill Guillickson the loss. McDowell's going to get a hold, and Orozco does get the save. 3-1, Mets win it. Now we'll see what happens in 10-minute ticker. So stay tuned. Don't go away. As Hockey Unreal said, the Expos are just lulling the Mets into a false sense of security. Well, he probably was right. So the Mets get a big win, which they needed. 3-1. So the Expos get their 65th loss. The Mets go to 88 now in 72, and now have a 2.5 game lead on Philadelphia. We're only going to do National League 10-minute ticker. Tonight we have the American League, Yankees and the Blue Jays. And here is your thing here. The Yankees lead the Blue Jays by 2. Toronto needs to win tonight to still have a shot to win it. If the Yankees win tonight, they clinch the American League East. And with that, the Mets get their 4th win on the board. And the Expos get their 5th loss on the board. You spoke too soon. Well, that does happen sometimes. We will now do the National League only on the 10-minute ticker. So let's see what we've got. Starting off for the National League, we have the Reds and the Dodgers. Baseball Demos. Yep, you came too late. Baseball Demos joins us now. Here's the situation. The Reds are 2 games back of the Astros. Reds playing the Dodgers. The Dodgers have already clinched home field throughout the entire playoffs. Reds, however, are only 2 games ahead of the Padres. Reds need this game more than the Dodgers do. Let's see what happens. Reds have a 4. And that is a 16. That is not a good roll. That's only a 1 run for the Reds. Dodgers have a 13. 25. That will be good. The Dodgers will win that game 3-1. So the Reds take a tough loss. The Dodgers get the win. 104 wins for the Dodgers that year. Good in my replay. And they haven't lost since this sheet was made. So now the Padres have a big chance to get a game within Cincinnati. Mets already beat the Expos. Now Pittsburgh playing Philadelphia in a doubleheader. The Mets are watching both games here. Philadelphia, 2.5 back of the Mets. Game number 1, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has a 7. And that is a 45. That's actually a good roll. That's 4 runs for the Pirates. Philadelphia has a 10. That's a 46, and that's 5 runs for the Phillies, and the Phillies will win this first game. Game number 2, Pittsburgh has an 8. That's a 52. And that's a good roll for them. That is 5 runs. That's 5 runs for the Pirates. Mets hoping the Phillies could take a loss. That's a 12. 53 on a 12, and that is 6 runs for the Phillies. So the Phillies roll better than the Pirates. The Phillies win both games. And the Phillies at 87 and 72. The Mets at 88 and 72. The Mets are only a half game ahead of Philadelphia. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Houston taking on the Padres. Steeler fan is not in the chat, but I know the Astros have already clinched a playoff spot. If they win here, they will clinch second place in the division. The Padres absolutely have to win. They're facing elimination. Houston has an 11. And that's a 13. That is not a good roll for them. That's only 1 run for the Astros. Padres have a 9. That's a 12. And that's 1 run for the Padres. We're going into extras. Houston has a 0 for a clutch. And that's a 6. The Padres have a 0 for a clutch. And the San Diego Padres are at home. If they roll a 6, they win it. No, the Astros will win the game. They will shut the Padres out 1-0. So Houston wins 89. The Padres dropped to 84 and 76. And I think the Reds just clinched, but I'll check real quick. 163 minus 86 minus 76. No, they have not clinched yet. The magic number for the Reds to clinch is 1. The Reds have not clinched, but the Padres are on life support. Atlanta taking on the Giants in a meaningless game. Atlanta has a 7, and that's 36, and that's going to be 4 runs. Giants have a 5, and that's 22, and that is 2 runs. So the Braves do get the win there as 2 lousy teams play. Finally, the Cubs and the Cardinals. Cardinals have already clinched, and they have already clinched second place in the National League East. However, with 90 wins and the Astros with 89 wins, a win here makes it better chance for them to clinch the number 3 seed. Cubs have a 9, and that's a 41. And that is 4 wins that's 4 runs for the Cubs. Cardinals have an 8. 15, and that is not going to do it. That's going to be 1 run for the Cardinals. So the Cubs do win. They beat the Cardinals. Cardinals get their first loss on this sheet, and they stay right where they're at. So right now the Cardinals are the number 3 seed, but only lead in a game on the Astros. The number 3 seed does not play a wild card series. They are guaranteed to go in the division series against the number 2 division winner. And that is all for our 10-minute ticker here in the morning. Tonight, it will be the New York Yankees against the Toronto Blue Jays. American League East Division is on the line. So join us for tonight, and we'll see what happens. And tonight, we'll also pick our games for tomorrow. D. Smith, Forever Remain 90, Hockey Unreal, Cody Travis, D. Shrek, Sean 1113, Baseball Demos, G. Puck. Thank you all for joining me. We'll see you. Please leave a like on your way out through the turnstiles. Be most appreciated. Subscribe if you've not done so. And we'll see you guys later tonight for more baseball. Mets over the Expos 3-1. Happy recap. We'll see you guys tonight.